watching this video. I have Sam Cofer III here, extraordinaire, here to share his story on our episode, The Settlement Table, right?
Yeah.
Where we're sharing the experiences that our agents are having, getting deals closed, and we know other people want to know, how did you do it? Sam, good to have you with us. How are you, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get this going.
Loving it. Loving the energy, man. Tell us, how long you been in the business, man?
Well, I initially got my license back in 2008, and I had started out with another real estate company, came to Exit Right Realty. I let my license lapse in 2010. I had intentions of going to law school, but I had worked for real estate law firm doing title examination after my license lapsed in 2010. Did that for 3 years. Then I went and did property management for 3 years. And then I came back to the business for real estate sales in 2016. And you know I had to come back home to Exit Right Realty. So I came back in 2016 and did sales full time, and I've been full time ever since.
Excellent, man. Well, that's a great journey right there. You know, kind of coming full circle. So we want to talk about a recent buyer you recently closed. Tell us, how did you find that buyer? Where did that buyer? What was the lead source that buyer came from?
So this buyer came from my sphere of influence.
Okay.
She was a veteran. It was definitely a pleasure being able to serve her and be able to help her purchase her first home.
Excellent. And so you got a phone call. Did your sphere of influence give you her number, and did you have to call her, or did she call you?
Yeah, my sphere of influence gave me her information, and I reached out to her. And
Excellent.
we had started our journey, I guess, back in September of 2022. And you know, she had said that, you know, she was looking to purchase a home. And so we started looking a week before I had to go into surgery. So we looked at 3 houses before the week before I had to go into surgery. I was like, okay, all right. And so she saw a house that she liked out of the first 3. I said, this is gonna be easy. We're gonna get under contract real quick. So we were able to go under contract on one of those homes. But unfortunately, when we went into the home inspection revealed a bunch of things that we didn't feel was too good for my client to have to experience, especially since she was a first-time home buyer. And, you know, we all about trying to make sure our clients, you know, get solid homes and make sure that, you know, their experience as homeowners are good ones.
Good. So, you know, one of the things I heard there that you said that your sphere of influence gave you their number. And that's what we always want to do, guys. We want to try to train and teach our sphere of influence to give or get a permission to give that person's number to us, right? Because we don't want them to just say, hey, we'll give this person a call, and then they lose the number and they don't know where it is. So that's how we want to train our sphere of influence is, you know, see if you can get permission for us to call the client. So it sounds like you guys, you know, you kind of met with her, got paperwork signed, was out looking. And so one of the challenges was the home inspection, which is like always the first hurdle, man. It's always the first hurdle to kind of get over. And, you know, sometimes we got to do and advise our client appropriately, you know, what's in the best interest of that transaction with that buyer. And so that is what it is. So any other challenges that kind of came up?
Oh, man.
As you went through that journey?
Yeah. So unfortunately, like I said, I had to have surgery like a week afterwards. So we didn't go through with that first house. Then I was able to get, you know, some other agents to do the legwork for me and show them new houses. We went under contract on another couple of houses, and we didn't go through with them because, you know, things that just happened with negotiations and everything. So we finally found her house, right? And so what happened was the house was listed at one price. It was listed at $350. And we had offered, I think it was we offered $350 initially, and we asked for closing help. Well, the seller didn't want to give the closing help, so we put the closing help on top of the purchase price, right?
Oh, okay. You rolled it up.
We rolled it up into the purchase, into the overall sales price. And so we now we were up against other contracts and everything. And I tell you one thing, it's a good thing to have your lender included in the talks. If you can get your lender in communication with the listing agent, that kind of helps give you a little bit of leverage. So we were able to get under contract. We had the lender talk to him and let him know how strong the buyer was. So the listing agent was able to sell that to the seller. We got under contract and we went through the home inspection. Everything was beautiful. Now comes the appraisal. The appraisal comes in $20,000 below the price that we agreed to on the contract. Ooh. So we had initially went on the contract at $360 with closing help, 3% closing help. The appraisal came back in $340,000. The seller was like, nah, we're not doing this deal. We are not doing this deal. So we thought it was dead. We thought, when I saw the appraisal, I'm like, are you serious? Like, I couldn't believe that, 20,000. I ain't never seen it that low. So we went back and we did what's called, since she was a VA, we did what's called a Tidewater initiative, right? Which is a rebuttal of the appraisal. So the lender asked the listing agent, can you provide us with your comps? Listing agent provides them with their comps and everything. And we go back through the whole process, and the appraisal value comes back up $10,000 to the initial list price of what the house was listed at. So we were back where we started. Right. So we had $350 with 3% closing help, right? Seller still didn't want to give up no closing help, right? So we eventually negotiate. I talked to the lender. I say, man, we need some help. So long story short, lender says, okay, we'll give 1% lender credit, right? So now all we need is really 2%. We were able to go back to the listing agent. I said, all right, between you and me, we can get this done. Like, we just need, was your seller willing to give us 2%? He said, I go back and tell her and ask her. They came back and said, my seller only want to give 1.5%. So we still like a 0.5% short, right? Right. So I go back to my client. I say, and my client didn't have to come to the table with a whole lot of money initially. But I asked her, they're VA, she's 100% financing. Exactly. So I asked her, I said, can we possibly, like, how you feel about giving 0.5%, like coming to the table with an extra 0.5%? And we did all the calculations and everything, and she said, all right, I'll bring it to the table. And so we was able to get the deal done, man. We got it $350 with 1.5% closing help, with the lender helping out, and my client was able to bring back, the remaining 0.5%. So we were able to get the deal done. Now, mind you, when we get to the closing table, I find out my client wasn't even looking to buy a house when my sphere of influence asked them, are you buying a house or renting an apartment? She tells me this at the settlement table. What? She says, Sam, I wasn't even expecting to buy a house. Like, I wasn't even planning to do this, right? So I was like, that blew my mind, man. I'm like, I'm glad we got it done. And now she's a homeowner, man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And you just never know how things kind of unfold in a transaction. And that's true. It looked like you had to do some major negotiating on all ends, right, to make it all kind of work. And it did work in the end. And she seemed like she was happy customer at the end of the day. Homeowner, get those tax deductions. Yeah, man. That's wonderful, man. Listen, that's all. That just shows you guys persistence, right? Persistence. Don't give up on these deals. A lot of these deals are challenging in today's market, but you got to know
okay, where can I give, where can I take, and who can I give and take from?
Yeah,
Make it work, man. And I just want to just wrap it up, man. What advice would you give other agents out there in today's market to help them kind of meet the goals and the dreams and the desires that they're looking to make?
Man, I got so much stuff that I can say, but one thing that I can say that I've really learned recently is get a routine, right? Mm-hmm. Get yourself a routine and go through that routine every single time. So every morning I come down to my office and I'm making my phone calls. I'm going through my CRM. Oh, and oh my gosh, man, a CRM is like one of the best things that you can have. Okay. Like I go through my CRM.
Say it again, brother. Say it from the mountaintop.
A CRM is one of the best things you can have, man. Seriously, because it keeps everything organized and keeps your schedule on track, right? So I know if I'm doing it right, I know, okay, I met with this person or I contacted this person on such and such a date. So now I push them out for a certain period of time. And then all of a sudden, when that date comes up, it's time to follow back up with that particular person, right? Yeah. Or it could be progressing them through the real estate transaction. Okay, I know I put them in touch with the lender. I know I need to reach out to them in a few days, find out how the conversation went, see if we can get that pre-approval, right? And then it just keeps everything organized. So under the umbrella of keeping a routine, I say, get yourself a CRM and work that CRM because it'll be one of the best things that you could add to the organization of your business.
Absolutely. And for those of you guys don't know what a CRM is, a client relationship management company database. Yes. Helps you keep yourself organized. And here at Extra Right Realty, you get a free database with Sync. Of course, there's many of them out there. So, use what works for you the best. There is no, one fits all kind of database for everybody, but pick whichever one you're going to use. Like I said, we do offer a free one here, and it's so important and such a great point is to be organized, have that daily routine, guys. Yes. And that database will help you keep track of who you need to call, when you need to call them, etc. Man. Well, listen, Sam, thank you for having doing this for us. There's a lot of agents out there who you may be struggling, may be a little down, and just need some testimonial, see what is happening on these transactions, how to get them done, where they're getting them from. And, I'm sure this will be a great inspiration, someone out there who can meet and get to their goals in 2023 here, man. So I appreciate it, man. And I thank you for your time, guys.
It's my pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. You guys get at it. This is another episode of the Settlement Table, and stay tuned for others. So let's go.